What brings you to the temple, acolyte? Have you been lax in your duties? The conflict between House Indoril and House Hlaalu rears its ugly head once again. You're needed as the mediator in the shadows, so a house war can be avoided. I have reason to believe that two houses are headed for a violent confrontation, which needs to be suppressed. However, the conflict is only emerging and still without a clear shape. I don't know who of the key people in both houses are involved in its making. Your skills as a mediator and an investigator are needed. You have to be careful who you choose to talk to and who you keep in the dark. There are those, on both sides of the river, who would welcome a house war. Can I trust you, acolyte? Good. Now, remember the letter Hlaalu asked you to deliver to Indoril Danvis? I have made some inquiries since then. I've written letters to both sides of the river, and got some answers, though I still don't know the full story. What I have learned is that the young lord has been trying to track down a high-ranking Indoril retainer named Adamaris Saldro, who went missing here in Almas Thur. My sources tell me that he has wound up on the western bank of the Thur, a prisoner of the Hlaalu. I find the situation most alarming. If I've been able to uncover this much, I'm sure that Indoril Danvis already knows full well Adamaris Saldro has been captured and probably where exactly he's being kept. We can only pray that he hasn't told these news to his father, Lord Indoril Ilvi. Imprisoning or killing common foot soldiers or spies is one thing, but to kidnap a noble retainer. Indoril Ilvi wouldn't hesitate to contact the Morag Tong and start a house war over this transgression. Go to Roadyr and speak with Indoril Danvis. Tell him that the temple knows that he's trying to find Adamaris Saldro, and convince him to let him help you. I don't know the exact circumstances of his capturing, but I'd imagine that the Hlaalu wouldn't have imprisoned a high-ranking Indoril out of a whim. Not when they know that the Indoril would not take this lightly. You might want to ask Hlaalu about him. Since that silly girl was writing letters to Indoril Danvis, maybe she knows something about the current whereabouts of Adamaris. Three blessings, acolyte. No, I don't know who that is. Yes. I'm sure. Never heard that name in my life. No, I don't know who that is. So you know. Fine, I'll admit it. He is a friend of Danvis. He did something bad to a Hlaalu retainer and so they caught him. I've been trying to find out what happened to him after he was taken away from Almas Thur, but I have no contacts on the Hlaalu side of the river. I fear that Danvis thinks I'm useless. Thank you for your kind words, Ada. But I am a bit useless. And stupid, too. What was I thinking? I thought if I did everything Danvis asked me to, he would. But no. Danvis never cared about me. He just wanted me to be his pawn. Yes, I suppose it's so, Ada. Thank for listening to me. I hope you can find Adamaris. He clearly means a lot to Danvis.
Under the mighty Thir sleeps. Welcome to Almas Thir, good pilgrim. Something moved in the water. Something
I'm very
big.
happy to make your
I
acquaintance.
saw it.
Why,
Looking for a ride, Outlander? Name your destination.
Hello, stranger. I've got a proposition for you. More of a bet, actually. See, I recently invented a new enchantment I want to try out. All you need to do is give me 25 gold as part of the bet. Catch me and you earn 50 back. Simple as that. Don't take too long. You've reached Savurai, Outlander. What do you want here? I am Sam Salvini, warrior, and Oatman of the great house Indoril.
You've reached Savurai, Outlander. If you are interested in some work, I have bounties to offer. I am Felvi Invano, the elected headman of Savurai and a loyal servant of the Indoril Ilvi of Roadyr. The chapel estate of Roadyr often issues bounties for escaped slaves or known thieves and highwaymen. Headmen such as myself make the available bounties known to the general public, and anyone can pursue to collect a bounty. Rewards for bounties can be collected from any headman in the chapelry of Roadyr. I have a bounty to offer for Nirmeni Eneth. She's been robbing pilgrims on Velith's path east of Almas Thur. Highwaymen on major roads are nothing new, but for someone to attack innocent pilgrims so close to the chapel of Roadyr is an outrage that Lord Indoril Ilvi cannot have. Nirmeni Eneth must die. Voris O'Dathil, a commoner, reportedly saw her latest attack. Voris' home is on Velith's path, southeast of Roadyr. Perhaps you should speak with him.
What are you doing here? What can I do for you? There is no escape from the Indoril. They have the keys, they have the guards, and they have the land. I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Boris O'Dathil. How can I help you? Yes, I saw the whole thing. A woman in a robe, I think she was a wizard or something, asking some naive temple acolyte to give her gold in exchange for directions. Thank Almalexia he seemed to be well off, or else things probably would have gotten bloody quick. It was just west of here. I'll tell you this much, if you are looking to go to Almasthur anytime soon, I'd suggest taking a silt strider or boat, and avoiding the roads.
Hello, Dark Elf. My name is Nirmeni Eneth. You look a little lost. Perhaps I can help you out. I'm just your average spell sword looking to help out a pilgrim in need. Things can get quite dangerous when passing through so many different environments. Even traders often lose their way on these roads. Tell you what, you look like you could use some guidance. How's 150 gold sound? Do you honestly believe yourself to be capable of such heroics? I hope your loved ones don't skip your funeral.
Now you die!
I don't think we've been introduced. I am Hlaalu, farmer. You've come to the right person, Ada. At least, I hope I can answer your questions. Have you noticed, for all its proclamations about protecting the rights of property and preserving law and order, the Imperial Legion does little enough to capture and prosecute abolitionists? That's a bit hypocritical, don't you think?
I can spare a few moments.
What are you doing here? What can I do for you? There is no escape from this Indoril stronghold. Yes?
Come, brethren. Let us wrest back our ancient rights from the avarice of greedy Hlaalu hands. Too long have they annexed our territories, stolen our powers and mocked us in our trials. We must unite. We must drive these foul usurpers from our most sacred lands and restore sanctity to our temples, shrines, and tombs. For too long they have haunted us on our very doorstep. Come, let us rid ourselves of this pestilence once and for all. We rally tonight. The Hlaalu will pay for their insolence. Signed. Varys Hrothmalen. White Book of Great House Indoril. The White Book is a yearbook of the affairs of the Indoril Council for the year 3426. It lists the current members of the Council and their residences. It also chronicles significant events of Thorn, of Sandile Manor, Almalexia, District of Mournhold, Province of Morrowind. Changing the
Is there something I can do for you?
So good to see you.
If you've come to ROADYR to speak with my father, make it quick. There are countless matters that require his attention. How do you know that name? How? Apologies. Outlander, but why would I require your assistance in this matter? I have my informant across the river, and my father has his warriors and assassins at his disposal. No, I haven't told him yet. But you were right to worry about his reaction. If I had told him, he certainly would have already retaliated with swords and spears. But, if the temple is so worried about the impending house war, perhaps you could indeed help me. After all, you can walk freely on the Hlaalu side of the river without causing a conflict. You can help me find Adamaries. What I learned from Indoril investigation is that there was an altercation between Adamaries and a group of drunken Hlaalu hirelings. Apparently, they insulted my family and Adamaries felt the need to defend our honor. He has always been a faithful creedman. Before the ordinators broke off the fight, I'm told, one of the Hlaalu was dead and 3 were grievously injured. Being the man of honor he is, Adamaries voluntarily boarded a ship that took him to the Hlaalu side of the river. I don't know where exactly the Hlaalu took him, but I have a spy on their lands, who has been trying to find him. Her name is Tulsi Retharan. I haven't heard from her in a while. She has a hideout under Marengor's house in the Mundretha slave market. Go there and learn what she has found. She has a hideout under Marengor's house in the Mundretha plantation slave market. I don't know what sort of cover story she's told Marengor, but I am quite sure he doesn't know that she's a spy working for House Indoril. Be careful what you say to Marengor. There's a one-eyed boatman down at the ROADYR docks called Balvis. He's a good man. Speak with him, and he'll take you across the river to the slave market. Or you can walk there. Your choice.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
I was told you need to get to the Mundretha slave market. I can take you there, but we need to wait for the night when it's dark. Or you can walk there. It's up to you. I was told to take you to the Mundretha slave market. It's dark now, so the Hlaalu watchman won't spot us. Are you ready? Shall we go? Good. Let's get moving. I'll drop you off just south of the slave market docks. Once we're there, you're on your own. I don't dare stay on that side of the river for too long. All this fishing is moving. You need to go across the river. And then just south of it.
I don't know you. What do you want? Mundretha Plantation is surrounded by 100 islands to the east, and tall mountains to the west. We're in the northern Onthiran region, on the west bank of the Thur River. This is where you are now. Perhaps you are looking for a specific place, or someone in particular. Mundretha Plantation itself is located nearby, to the west. The vast surrounding farmland is kept safe and under surveillance by a number of Hlaalu Council Company lookouts. Several less important farmhouses, shacks, and storage buildings dot the landscape between the Mundretha Plantation and the larger Oran Plantation to the south. The city of Indoril is northwest of here. You can find the Vathras Plantation halfway there. Leithis Mundretha is the owner of this plantation. He can be found upstairs in the manor. His wife, Tennessee Mundretha, is on the ground floor. She's the one who tends to the plantation's finances.
And how?
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Marengor. How can I help you? No, you're mistaken. I don't know who that is. Hey, you're an associate of hers then, I suppose? Here's a key to the underground hideout. The entrance is inside my house, in the closet behind the tapestry. Don't tell anyone that she's in there. I'm risking my neck here.
Hey? What are you doing here? I'm trying to lay low. I fear things are about to get heated this side of the river. So, the temple is trying to help us find him. That's good. I fear that things in Onthiran will go from bad to worse, if we don't find the young Sarjo soon. I'll tell you what I've learned so far. The drunken Hlaalu hirelings that Sarjo Adamaris Saldro fought with in Almasthur were men who served under none other than Indal-ruhn, the foreman of the Indal-ruhn plantation. The young Sarjo volunteered to come here, so he could settle their blood feud honorably. I think he must have expected Ruhn to demand him to pay a large sum of blood money, or maybe challenge him to a duel, but no. Instead, he was taken as a slave and put to work in the fields. I have done some scouting in the Indal-ruhn farmland to the south, trying to look for the young Sarjo among the field slaves, but to no avail. Perhaps you'll have better luck than I do? Certainly, being a priest of the temple, you're allowed to walk more freely and with less risk of being captured than a common spy such as myself. You should go south and look for the young Sarjo. If you don't find him yourself, ask around, and see if anyone knows where he is. He's the master of the overseers at Indal-ruhn plantation, the highest ranking of Lord Atron Oren's lowborn servants. He is known for his efficiency and brutality. I don't know if confronting Indal-ruhn directly is a good idea. It's not entirely uncommon for a low-ranking Dunmer to be enslaved, but for an honorable Creedman of a great house to be put in chains and forced to labor in the fields, it's disgraceful, almost anathematic. It is an insult House Indoril will not soon forget.
Outlander, I've been enslaved. You must help me go free. You will need the key to free me. Indoril has one. There's not much to say. I was a simple laborer back in the marsh. One day I got slightly drunk and fell asleep. When I woke up I was in a cage. Now they tell me I'm a slave and whip me when I tell them I'm an imperial citizen. This one's feet hurt so much, please leave them alone. Ilv sure meant nothing wrong, it won't happen again.
Please don't take Rasra upstairs again. Rasra is sorry, this one won't run away no more. Rasra is a good slave, Master Mundrethi will see, this one will show him on the fields. No, not the room again.
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
Three blessings, sir.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
I'm Leafees Mundrethi, master of this plantation. What is your business here, Ada?
I could kill that guard.
I don't know that name. Who is she? Then why are we having this pointless discussion? Stop wasting my time. I don't know that name. Who is she? Then why are we having this pointless discussion?
How are you?
What are you doing here? Can you let QA Verver go free? You have the key. Yes, QA Verver is free. QA Verver knows only rumors. They help slaves escape. They take us back to elsewhere.
Oh, what must you think of me? No, I'm not going to jump off the cliff. I'm not insane. I am going to fly. Walk the air. You're witnessing an important experiment.
I don't know you. What do you want? I am Belita's Telver, enforcer, and bully of the Kamanatom. We're Dunmer, and we're proud. We're tired of seeing Morrowind run by outsiders who understand nothing about Morrowind. An outlander is anyone born and raised outside of Morrowind. You. And the Kamanatom doesn't like Outland. Hlaalu has been trying to find some use for one of her household slaves without success. The key to a happy slave is to make good use of their talents. It's easy enough to say, but much harder to do. You want my advice, Outlander?
Warm day to you.
You violated the law, Ada. I accept this gold.
What are you doing here? Can you let Seiko? Seiko cannot be.
Yes?
What are you doing here? What can I do? You have the key. Yes, now? Yes, you have freed me, Ada. I thought you were a member. You have freed many slaves, so I will tell you this. If you are asked, have you seen the twin lamps? You say. They light the way to freedom.
What are you doing here? Can you let Seiko? You have the key. Yes, Seiko is free. What are you doing here? Can you let Yudar? You have the key. Yes, Yudar is free.
What are you doing here? Can you let her? You have the key. Yes. What are you doing here? What can I do? You have the key. Yes.
Greetings, friend.
What are you doing here? Can you let Jake? You have the key. Yes.
This one only lives to serve. Of course, you have the key. Yes. What are you doing here? What can Happy do for you? Happy follows the trade of slave. You have the key. Yes, Happy is free. You are a good friend of Happy. Look, I like you.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
The mediator in the shadows returns. What news do you have for me, Acolyte? We must find out exactly what happened to Adamaris Saldro. Only then can we decide what's the best course of action. I don't know the exact...
May you find to atmosphere. Praise Melon.
Yes? What do you want?
What are you doing here? What can Ishimashuri do for you? Ishimashuri saw him when they brought him here in chains. He wore very fine clothes, Ishimashuri thinks. And he had gold rings in his ears and on his face. Quite beautiful for a dark elf. Ishimashuri doesn't know where he is now. But maybe Salt Main Dro Kosha knows. Yes. Dro Kosha knows a lot of things.
What does the Dark Elf want with an old cat like Dro Kosha? You seek out a slave's wisdom. You seek the Indal-ruhn plantation slave key to free the slaves? Dro Kosha knows there are 2 copies of it. The foreman, indal-ruhn, keeps one in his pocket. The other key is in the manor, in Hlaalu's room. He is almost never there. The foreman might seem like an abusive slave driver on the outside, but he's even worse on the inside. Seldom has Dro Kosha witnessed anyone take so much pleasure from the suffering of others. Ruben pushed poor Virzinbrine down the stairs just to watch her die. They kept it very hush-hush, but Dro Kosha knows. Be careful with the foreman, Ada. Dro Kosha has bad news for you. The young Sarjo you are looking for is no more. The foreman had him beaten. He died here in the fields. That is all Dro Kosha is willing to tell you.
Is there something?
I don't think we've been introduced. House Hlaalu members only. Sorry, Ada.
I don't know you. Are you looking for work or are you just wasting my time? Maybe you can help me with my household slave. If you can stomach it. I'm talking about Virzinbrine. Or Virshujete or whatever the F she called herself in that barbaric language of hers. Clumsy lizard, she was. Fell down the stairs while she was cleaning. All her own fault. The body is downstairs, in the storage room. Won't you be a good errand girl and get rid of it for me, Ed? I am the foreman of the plantation, in case you didn't realize. Nobody says no to me. Not if they want to work here. Fine. Just leave if you don't have the stomach for it. I'll find someone else who does. That boy? He didn't like the way my men were talking about his precious house Indoril, so he attacked and murdered one of them. Murder is a crime, you know? He came here thinking we could settle the score honorably, whatever that means. Big mistake. I had him put in chains. Well, he's dead now. He didn't do as he was told. He said that working in the fields was beneath him. I told him that nothing was beneath a slave. He still refused. And now he's a dead slave. Don't matter one bit what he used to be. No, I had him beaten to teach him a lesson. Big difference. A field slave is no good to me dead. The boy died because of his own stupidity. Refused the treatment he was given. Ripped the bandages and the stitches off, and bled to death in the field. Proud idiot. So what, if I'm responsible? He was just a slave. I treat them like I damn well please. Fine. The body's in a shallow grave underneath the guard platform to the south. You can go there and dig up the body yourself, for all I care. Yeah, whatever. am Atron Oran, Counsel Elector of the Hlaalu Council Company and Master of this plantation. What is it that you want? No, I don't know that name. Who is he? I suppose this has something to do with the Hlaalu hirelings who got into a bit of a scrap in Almas there not too long ago? Indal-ruhn's men, right? One or two of them even died. So, this is how the foreman decided to settle the score. By enslaving and effectively killing a highborn retainer of House Indoril. Yes. Undoubtedly so. Indal-ruhn has done a stupid thing. For now, I do nothing. Adamari's death might very well spark a war across the river. I will do what I must to avoid it. But, for the time being I will offer no explanations, no pleas, no apologies to House Indoril. In the West they play cards for gold, you see. They consider it the mark of a poor player to show one's cards to the others. So, I won't be showing mine just yet. I will hear what this Indoril Danvis has to say first. Do let me know how he reacts, won't you? Every man has his place, even the brutish kind like Ruhn. I am not blind. I am aware of his affiliation with the Tong. Why do you think I keep him as the plantation's foreman? The Tong know how to keep slaves in line.
Hlaalu's room. Do not enter. If you want to speak with me, I'm at the vaults UH. The art of war magic. Sir Yoni's sermons. The real meaning of life. His Hlaalu's room. Do not enter. If you want to speak with me, I'm at the vaults UH.
Ah, friend, how does the day greet you?
Welcome to Oran Manor, Sira. I am Larissy.
Do you have something to say, Outlander?
Welcome to Oran Manor, Sira. My name is Khusra. How may I keep things clean and running smoothly? I keep an eye on things. I make sure we have enough of what is needed, and make sure no one walks off with things. Khusra is not a slave. Khusra works with the other servants as equal. Some do not like it very much.
What are you doing here? What can Jima hear? You have the key. Yes. What does the dark elf want with an old cat like Dro Koshaw? Few seek out a slave's wisdom. You have found the key. What do you aim to do with it? Where would Diarokosha run? Where would Diarokosha go? Back to ungrateful elsewhere? That is past. Thank you, Ada. Free the others, if you wish to do good. But Diarokosha will stay.
What are you doing here? What can I do? You have the key. Yes, now I am free. I thought you were a member. What are you doing here? Can you you have the key? Yes.
What are you doing here? What can I do? You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yes.
I'm an officer of the Imperial Law. Move along. If you are having trouble persuading someone, offer a bribe. Don't be so stuffy. Bribes are the lubricant of honest commerce.
Attention, Outlander.
The mediator in the shadows returns. What news do you have for me, Acolyte? So, Adamares was taken as a slave and died. From what you've told me, it's clear that despite his brutish nature, indal-ruhn didn't break any law. Adamares owed him a debt of blood and willingly went to settle it. The foreman was well within his rights to demand unconditional servitude. A life for a life. However, it's quite obvious that he did what he did to spite the Indoril. It's equally obvious that the Indoril will not let Adamares' death slide. Indoril Danvis will inevitably learn that Adamares is dead. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. When that happens, he will tell the news to his father, Lord Indoril Ilvi. Then everything will spiral out of control. Indoril Ilvi will contact the Morag Tong. The assassins will strike against the Ohran plantation. Maybe only the foreman will be marked for death, maybe the entire Ohran household. The scenario is unpredictable, but bloodshed is certain. We must be the ones who break the news to Indoril Danvis. Go to Roadyr and tell him what has happened. Explain to him that Adamares Saldro is dead, but that it is to no one's fault. Make him see that pursuing vengeance is not worth it. And for the love of three, make him swear that not a word of what has happened ever reaches the ears of Indoril Ilvi. That is what I think should be done. Let me think. Well, Perhaps you could speak with Sarjo Atron Oron, the Hlaalu counselor and master of Oron plantation? If you explain the situation to him, he might be willing to appease the Indoril before the conflict escalates.
Welcome to Atmosphere.
Looking for a ride, Outlander? Name your destination.
Why walk when you can ride? Is there something I can do? Is there something I can do for you? I can spare a few moments if you care to talk.
Three blessings.
Is there something I can do for you? Do you have something to say, Outlander?
There is someone watching me, I can tell.
You've returned from across the river, Outlander. Did you find Adamary's Saldro? What news do you bring of my beloved Adamary's? No. That's not possible. You must be mistaken. Indoril Danvis falls silent and trembles ever so slightly, before composing himself. His eyes now have a cold glaze over them. When he finally speaks, his voice is eerily calm and monotone. Thank you for telling me this, Ada. Now, I need you to answer one question, and then I must ask you to leave me alone. Do you know who is responsible for this? Then explain it to me, Outlander. I am no simpleton. Why is it complicated? So, he died for his honor. What son of House Indoril would have it any other way? Now, please excuse me. I have lost a dear friend and wish to grieve in peace. I will also have to let my father know of this. He will get the Morag Tong involved. I understand that the temple would rather not have our two houses warring against each other, but it cannot be helped. The first blood has been drawn. Honor and tradition demand that Adamaries be avenged. The Hlaalu have brought this on themselves. Go then and negotiate with them. Counselor Atran Oran is the master of the Oran plantation. See what he offers you. Nothing short of indal-ruhn's head will appease me.